Up with KREM begins now.
All right, 6 a.m. now here on Up with KREM. The Spokane Arena Mass COVID-19 Vaccination Clinic is now open. Of course, yesterday was a bit chaotic. We know there were some struggles getting appointments and the traffic around that site. But we did catch this sweet moment. I captured this video yesterday of a National Guardsman walking a woman into the arena.
Yeah, Jen, Governor Inslee even retweeted this video. And of course, we were on site to see a lot of sites like this. I know that I saw Guard members walking people back to their cars as well, maybe just a comfort thing. But yeah, that really does kind of bring a little bit of a tear to your eye, wouldn't you say?
I love it. Yeah, they were so sweet, getting people to and from their cars, making sure everyone was comfortable. Of course, a lot of the folks that were getting the vaccine yesterday at the arena had to come alone. A lot had some mobility issues, and so the National Guard was there to help them through that, and it was a really sweet moment to see.
That's so great. And yeah, when I saw your video come in, I was like, it's still a good place. The world is still a good place.
If you look, there is light, right?
Yes. And you don't have to look that hard, right?
Absolutely. And of course, Jeremy, talking about some sunlight this morning, when are we expecting some today?
Oh, about an hour and a half it's going to get brighter. The problem this morning is that as I stare off into space, I cannot see any stars, nor can I see the moon. And so that says, hey, Jeremy, despite these lights shining in your face, it's cloudy. So it's going to take a little longer to get some of that light from the sun. Early on this morning, it's also chilly. And that means all of the places across the inland Northwest, even all the way out into the Columbia Basin where temperatures are in the mid-30s, it's slick, it's icy. I got ice down below my feet this morning. It's enough that I'm not going to try to slide on it because it kind of looks like one of those situations where the sliding isn't going to work all that well. We have a couple of lingering showers moving out, but for the most part, the damage is done, and as temperatures drop, it means that you are likely going to encounter some slick roads early on this morning. We've had practice the past few days, so pump the brakes, take it slow. Arterials are looking good, but when you get to those side streets, it's very icy, especially as you get up towards some of those stop signs and stoplights because of the refreezing of what melted yesterday when cars were driving on it. We'll hang on to the chance of scattered showers across the inland Northwest, and it really depends on where these things set up. But as temperatures climb up to near 40 degrees later on today, it's likely it's all going to be rain. For us here in Spokane, some of the forecast models are hinting that we stay dry. Others are saying we might catch an evening round of showers around 5 o'clock tonight, just a light little bit of rain. But most of that stays over in Idaho, North Idaho, far southeastern Washington. You'll definitely be seeing some of those showers. And the weather pattern stays active, but temperatures are on the rise. I'll walk you through the next few days coming up in just a bit.
We'll see you back here in a few minutes, Jeremy. As we're approaching 6:03 in the Spokane, mass vaccine site appointments are booked out this morning. Chaz Health leaders say all 3,000 vaccination spots were booked by 11 a.m. yesterday.
Now, appointments opened yesterday at 9 a.m., but the server crashed just a short time later due to an influx in users, though it was back on about 10:30. However, now a third-party tech company is expanding the server capacity in hopes to prevent further tech issues. Chaz is also updating its process for its phone systems as well.
And we want to remind you that an appointment is required to receive the coronavirus vaccine from the site. Some people were turned around at the vaccine clinic yesterday because they did not have one. Now, you can make an appointment on the Chaz Health website once those appointments do become available again. And starting tomorrow, there will be a hotline number for you to call to set up an appointment as well. We've got the numbers on your screen right now. And again, you can call those numbers starting tomorrow. But one more reminder, appointments are booked up. So just keep your eyes on the opening of new appointments on the schedule.
Well, this morning, COVID-19 testing will resume at the Spokane Arena. Yesterday, crews called off the drive-through testing as other patients arrived to get the vaccine, and that caused massive backups around the block. As Nicole Hernandez tells us, Spokane police jumped in to help control traffic. Hi, Nicole.
Yeah, good morning, Jen. So while people were coming up to the Spokane Arena and going in these doors here to get their vaccine, drive-through testing was supposed to continue outside the arena, right where we're standing here. But that drive-through testing actually ended up getting canceled in order for the workers to help out the people giving out vaccines and in order to help with space as there was a backup here at the arena. So Chaz ended up actually putting up a statement about what happened yesterday that says in part, quote, "We needed the opportunity to see how best to move people through the parking lot," end quote. As Jen and Joshua were talking about earlier, the Washington National Guard was on site to help make the process go a little bit smoother. They helped people get to and from their cars, which was especially important during yesterday's snowy and slippery conditions. The site was supposed to close at 5, but workers were still letting people in for at least another hour after that. Chaz did say that after how things went yesterday, it's essential that you confirm you have an appointment before heading to the arena. Staff will continue to confirm appointments at entrance to the site, and if you don't have a scheduled appointment, you will be turned away. Now, on the other hand, though, along with some of the frustration that people saw here with a little bit of backup at the arena, there was also a lot of hope and happiness because hundreds of people did end up getting that COVID-19 vaccine. But for the future, to help for today's process and for the process in the future, make sure that you have a confirmed appointment and that you come a little bit early. Live in Spokane, I'm Nicole Hernandez.
All right, Nicole, thanks so much. Yeah, very busy day at the arena. You could see from our Sky 2 drone there. You know, a lot of people have reached out to us asking about North Idaho and when Idaho residents can start receiving their vaccines. They want to know when and where, especially since the Spokane Arena is limited to just Washington residents. And we are your vaccine information station, so we went to work for you to find out when Idaho residents can start to receive the vaccine. So we called the Idaho Panhandle hotline to find out when you can receive the vaccine, and this is what you'll hear.
The Panhandle Health District COVID-19 vaccine clinics are currently full and are no longer scheduling appointments. We are working on adding additional vaccine clinics this month.
Well, the voicemail goes on to say that Panhandle Health will announce when more appointments are available. Through that same voicemail, they'll also release it on its website, its Facebook page, and a press release to the media. Now, the health district also says it will be reaching out to those who already received a first dose of the vaccine at the Sandpoint or Kellogg vaccine locations. That will be so a second appointment can be arranged for those who already have received their first dose. Currently, Idaho vaccine clinics are available for those in Phase 1A and the top priority group of Phase 1B. Health officials in North Idaho also ask that people bring a photo ID and proof of employment to their vaccine appointment. And for more on who's included in those phases, you can go to KREM.com. Now, if you still want to try your luck with this hotline, you can call this number here on your screen. Again, this is the Panhandle Health District's COVID hotline, that message we just played for you. It was set up to give you updates about vaccine appointments in North Idaho, and again, that number there is on your screen. We know this isn't the only question you have. We know you have a lot of questions you've been texting in to us and also emailing to our newsroom, and Dana Marie McNichol has been working to get you some of those answers to your questions. So let's send things over to her to talk about some of those questions. Dana Marie?
That's right, Tim. There is a lot of moving parts in the process to get our community vaccinated. We've been getting a lot of questions about the process, so this morning we're answering 3 of the most common vaccine-related questions. So the first one being, who is eligible to get the vaccine right now? Well, the answer, this only applies to people who fall under the Phase 1A or Tier 1 of Phase 1B. This includes high-risk frontline workers, long-term care facility residents and staff, and anyone 65 and older. Also, anyone 50 or older in a multi-generational household. Second question, do I need an appointment even though I am eligible? The answer is yes, and you need an appointment to get the vaccine. So you can do so by going to the Chaz Health website, or starting tomorrow, you can call 1-800. That number is there to make the appointment. Those numbers you should see coming up on your screen. And the final question, what do I need after making an appointment for a vaccine at a clinic? The answer is people who register for vaccine will need some sort of photo ID. However, you can also provide a letter with your address or utility bill. You can also use a statement with a Washington state address. Also, a voucher from an employee, healthcare provider, school, or other registered organization or agency. And this morning, we do want to know if you were able to book an appointment yesterday. Did you run into any hiccups? Did you try to book that appointment and have luck? Text us 509-448-2000 and we'll take a look at your responses. Also, we have a live Twitter poll going on right now. Around 80% of you this morning are saying no, you were not able to make that appointment.
All right, Dana Marie, thank you so much. Of course, clearly there was some confusion yesterday for patients at the mass vaccination site at the Spokane Arena. We firsthand witnessed a number of people showing up yesterday without appointments, just hoping to get the vaccine.
Very interesting to watch it all unfold as we were there, Jen, from 4:30 in the morning all the way until our show at noon. Of course, we saw so many different things. We saw the lines getting longer, shorter. We saw people coming up and very confused. Is there anything that stands out to you specifically yesterday?
You know, I noticed a lot of elderly folks showing up hoping to get the vaccine, saying they maybe just weren't savvy with the online booking program, and they needed some assistance from Chaz Health. So I'd encourage folks, if you're watching this morning, if you have parents, grandparents, you have a neighbor that may not have access to internet or not tech savvy, help them out and make sure that they are signed up where they need to be.
Yeah, we also saw plenty of people walking up and saying that they were so close to just finishing that appointment registration process, and then at the very end the website would collapse on them. So hopefully we can see some of that improve over the next few weeks. Hopefully we can see that the website gets worked out, because that seems to be an issue. A lot of people came up and told us that they were having happen to them throughout the morning. Of course, we'll keep you updated on the latest with the mass vaccination site and all vaccination information across the Inland Northwest. Coming up, Senator Bernie Sanders' mittens are now one of the most talked about fashion statements from the inauguration. After the break, we'll tell you how they're also raising money for charity.
Oh, love it. Man, it's pretty great. But coming up, we also got to talk about your need for mittens in the coming days and what that weather is going to do for your morning commute each and every day. We'll walk you through it after the break.